beautiful people of the internet, and welcome back to my channel. It is almost 2024, and in true New Year season fashion, I have to make a New Year's resolutions video. So I love these videos. This is probably my favorite video of every single year. Whether or not I even accomplish my resolutions, I just love seeing where I came from and where I'm going, how my focuses are changing in my life, you know? So I will say I have really changed in the past like few months, where goals have not been so like intense and serious as they used to be. I'm sure most of you guys noticed I stopped doing monthly resets, and that's just like a personal preference now. I don't feel like they were productive for me anymore. I was like pressuring myself just to do stuff for the monthly reset, and it wasn't really conducive for me anymore. But I do still like my New Year's resolutions, and I think they're pretty fun. I don't know, they're a good guide, I think, to like keep me on track, but I don't think I want to be as strict with them. Although this year, once again, I went a little bit crazy like I do every single time. So let's see what happens. Before we go into 2024, we're gonna do a recap of 2023 just like we do every single time. Obviously 2023 isn't over yet, but I'm pretty confident that the ones that I haven't hit aren't gonna get hit, so perfectly fine doing it now. So first and foremost, we have anxiety free by the age of 23. I turned 23 on October 4th, and obviously this was a very like arbitrary goal. It was really hard to be like, this is what's gonna make me check it off. But honestly, I feel like I've accomplished it. I pretty much have like no anxiety anymore. I have normal like worries, and I still have like a few triggers, but on just an anxiety basis, like I am so much calmer. I'm so much more controlled. I even have a lot more energy. It's just a completely different vibe from last year. Number 2, consider myself not a slave to my own emotions. That one, I can kind of consider that to be in and out. I think I have my moments, but I have significantly improved. Once again, I considered that a check. My next one is cold approach 3 people a month. So this one's really interesting. I think I'm gonna check it off solely for the purpose that it served. So when I started this year, I was really bad at talking to people. I was really bad at making friends. I really didn't have a lot of interaction, especially with my job. At that point, I was only about 4 months into my job, and I wasn't not getting along with people, but I could tell that everyone was like way closer and way more like cliquey. And if I wanted to be in it, I had to like forcefully insert myself. I also didn't have any friends at all here. I still wouldn't say I have a lot of friends. Like I don't really have like, not that I don't have a lot of friends, but I don't have anyone that I'm like close to. I don't hang out with people ever. But at this point, I would say I have a few good friends at work, and I have a few acquaintances that I met on Bumble BFF. So to me, the fact that I was saying I had to like cold approach people, like I have to go up and try to start a conversation with people 3 times a month, it's like almost kind of sad to me. And I remember like even the people I kind of felt like I was friends with at the time, I still had to like work up the courage to go start a conversation with them. I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's the 20th, I have a week left and I haven't cold approached anyone. Like, let me go talk to this guy in the office next to me. Like, now I talk to everyone every day. Like, I just go up and randomly start rambling about stuff. So I don't know, it's weird because it was something I was trying to force for so long. And I think with the fact that my social anxiety has gone away, I have become like extroverted. I'm like a social butterfly. I actually like just going up and talking to people. So I would say, especially at the end, I started doing it all the time. I would say I cold approach someone every single day. The next one was eat 1 frog a week. Essentially what this means is do the hardest thing on your to-do list as soon as you wake up. I would say I didn't do that, and the only reason I put that on my New Year's resolution, I was lacking so much discipline. I just had to force myself to do hard things like that, and it was really hard for a long time. I remember specifically with phone calls, I would put off phone calls for weeks at a time. So that was one of the main things. I was like, if I have to make a phone call this week, it needs to be the first thing that I do. I never got to that level, and I still struggle with making phone calls too, so that's a little funny. But I think I have enough discipline at this point to where it doesn't matter too much. I'm not worried about it. Next one was take the Charisma University course. Any of you guys watch Charisma on Command on YouTube? This is what I'm talking about. They have a course. It's like $600 and it's supposed to teach you how to be charismatic. Once again, with all the social anxiety I had and how little friends I had, I was so desperate at the start of this year and I thought I needed it really badly. I'm not saying I don't need it or that I like don't want to do it. I actually really do want to take it just out of curiosity purposes. Like, I feel like I'm okay right now, but there's still plenty more I can learn, plenty more I can put into application for sure. But money versus like outcome, to me it just isn't worth the trade-off, because I was gonna take it I think in October, and October came around and I was like, I'm good, I'm fine right now. Maybe I would have done it earlier in the year, but no, at this point it's not worth it. So I don't even consider that an L. I consider it lesson learned, and the goal that I wanted out of it, I feel like I got. The next one was gym at least 2 times per week, except when I'm on vacation or I'm recovering. So many of these are like kind of interpretation things, because for like the first half of the year, I would say I probably wasn't doing that, but I think around this time of my life, I'm getting back into that flow where I am consistently doing it. But honestly, I don't think I'm consistently going 2 times a week enough. I actually only did it like once, quite a few weeks for the last few, so I don't know, I'm not gonna check that one off. The next one is just a total loss. It was run 5 miles total every week, so I was like, you know, I can run 1 mile on Sunday and 2 miles on Tuesday and then 2 miles on Friday, and that adds up to 5 miles total. And I thought I was gonna do that, and honestly I haven't really been running. It's not that I don't want to. I don't want to spend that much time at the gym, and I like lifting. I also like running. It's just hard to figure out which one I want to do. I don't end up always prioritizing running. The next one is get to less than a 9-minute mile time. Also for running, it's being able to run a mile in under 9 minutes. Never got that. Even when I was marathon training, never got it. I could barely get under a 10-minute mile. Now that one actually aggravates me. That's the first one so far that actually gets on my nerves a little bit. Next one, I think this is the 3rd year in a row. Unassisted pull-up. Yeah, I didn't do that. Actually, my arms have been stagnant, honestly, for like 3 years. So I guess pull-ups more back, but like my bench has not increased in 3 years because I'm not consistent enough. So that's like the only thing that really bothers me about the gym is I'm working out, but I'm not improving. I'm just maintaining. I want to be able to do a pull-up. Once in my life, I really would like to be able to do a pull-up. The next one is a vlog all of my monthly resets throughout the year. Look, I checked this off because I did them every single month. I think even the months that are missing on my page, I did them. They were also published. I just deleted them because I hated them. But yeah, I did what I had to do technically. The only month that I didn't do it at all was last month and the month before that. I didn't do October, November, and December, yes. So the last 3. And I'm not mad about it because I had the time. I could have put in the effort. I could have, you know, filmed and edited. I just didn't want to. I just didn't feel like it anymore. I didn't feel like they were productive to my channel. So I got what I needed to out of them. I stayed consistent, and it honestly did kind of keep me on track for a while when I didn't know what I wanted to do with my channel. So I'm proud. I'm happy with what I did. The next one is daily reels 3 times a week. This is when I used to do like my little daily vlogs on Instagram Reels. You know, those videos with like the timestamps. It's like, oh, me waking up at 6 a.m., me making my bed at 6:05 a.m., me brushing my teeth at 6:10 a.m. I hate doing them. I really liked them at some point. And once again, they were really constructive for me when I was struggling to post Instagram Reels, but now I don't want to post it. I don't know, that's not what I want to do. I never even started it. Like, it wasn't a pattern throughout January to March, and then, you know, I quit because I decided it wasn't what I wanted anymore. No, I never even tried. So daily TikToks, I said post daily 75% of the time. I had a few months where I was posting every single day, and then I had some months where I wasn't posting at all. Pretty consistently inconsistent. I feel like I can check this off because at some point I was posting a lot, and then I had like a middle break with it where I was like, I don't like what I'm posting anymore. So once again, you see a pattern here that pretty much everything I tried out what I was doing at the time until I figured out it wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. So yeah, I feel okay about my TikToks, but I definitely haven't figured out what I want to do completely with that yet. Next one was 12 or more lifestyle YouTube videos. That's videos on this channel. Let me see actually how many I posted. Okay, so currently published videos, 13. So it looks like I barely hit it, but I also think I deleted probably 2 or 3. And then that won't include this video, and then I think the next 3 that I'm gonna post, maybe 2. I think that's more so 15 to 20 total, which That's still not great because I'm not even hitting like 50% weekly uploads, but that wasn't the goal, to be fair. The goal was a monthly upload, and I basically did that. For gaming, I said 50 or more. I definitely got 50 or more, but the exact number, let's see. There's actually only 41 published ones, but once again, I deleted a lot. I know for a fact I deleted 14, 15 actually, so like there's a lot that I deleted because I know it's even more than that, and I still have quite a bit that I need to post in December, so I hit well over 50, and I am so proud of my gaming channel, so that's definitely a win. Next we had published my Sims 4 Legacy Challenge. That one's a straight up no, and once again it's because I didn't want to. I actually uninstalled all of my Sims probably in the summer. I ended up re-downloading all of them like 4 months later, but I wasn't enjoying the way I was playing Sims, so I removed myself from it altogether. So yeah, I don't care about that one. And then the next one was start a new series on my gaming channel. I don't know which one I'm referencing. I started Tears of the Kingdom, deleted all of those. I started a new Minecraft one. It's on pause right now, and I started Coral Island, so I technically have a lot of different things going on. Okay, moving on from like the content creation ones, we have those like really random ones. One of them being learning how to cycle sync and being comfortable with it by the end of the year. I wouldn't say I'm as anal about it as I used to be. I want to be very, very strict about it, but I am not strict about it any longer. I do have a note on my notes app that kind of highlights everything in general for me, but I feel pretty comfortable with it on my own. I don't really like need to be like, oh my gosh, I'm ovulating, this is what I need to do. But I have like little cues, so I will know when I'm ovulating. I'll be like, oh, I'm really high energy right now. And that's when I'm doing a lot of videos, especially filming with my face, because a lot of my gaming videos, I don't film with my face. These videos, I'm usually ovulating, which I am right now. But like when I'm starting to PMS and when I'm like on my period, I tend to like isolate a little bit more. I'll really hunker down on like admin stuff when I'm on my period. I'll do a lot of organizing, and I kind of like set the schedule for myself for when I am feeling more high energy, and that seems to work for me. Next one was maintain a clean office throughout the year. I'm so glad I'm out of that phase. It was a good half of my year. I don't know which monthly resets specifically I was always talking about it, but I know like all of my monthly resets, I was like, clean the office, fix it up. I want to make a video on it, but we are actually moving out of this apartment sometime at the end of this year, early next year. So I have essentially given up on this office. To be fair, it is almost finished. It is not a war zone in here, and that's all that matters. I wouldn't say I maintained the clean office throughout the year, but at some point I got there. Next one was get 5 or more hours of focus time on the Force app per week. This was once again because I was so not disciplined and I needed to focus. I was getting so much screen time, and I still get a lot of screen time. But when I need to focus, I focus. I don't care about that one. I didn't even do this one time. I literally don't think I put a single tree in that goddamn forest for the year. The next one, read 5 total books. I think I blew this out the water. Damn, I actually did 9. So pretty much all I read was Sarah J Maas this year. I read the last book of A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then Atomic Habits, and the rest of the books were actually all in the Throne of Glass series. As of right now, I only have the last book of Throne of Glass left. However, it's 1,000 pages, so I don't think I'm gonna read 10 this year. There's a chance, but I think it's a low chance. Either way, I got 5 for sure. Okay, now we're moving on to 2024. And honestly, I may be being a little bit delusional again, but yeah, I have an insane amount of goals this year. I'm not even gonna count them. So first, we're starting with maintaining good finances. Finances has been an area that I haven't been doing perfect on in 2023, and I started finally figuring it out, I think, at the end of the year. So first of all, be on track to have loans paid off by the end of 2025. I started paying my loans off, I think, in August of 2023 because it was on hold for a while, you know. So I basically just started making payments. I paid about $3 grand off out of 15. So I'm currently sitting at $12,000 left. If I pay off $6,000 this year and $6,000 next year, I will be done. But of course, there is the fact that we're gonna be having a house and there are gonna be mortgage payments, so it's gonna be a little bit harder. But originally, I was thinking I was gonna pay them off next year. And now the $1,000 every single month is going towards my mortgage, so So that's cool. And then my next goal is to get up to $5,000 in savings while still never missing any of my monthly payments. So that basically just means mortgage comes first, loans come second, and whatever I have in savings, you know, that goes towards savings. I have about $3,000 in the bank right now. I think some of that is going to get taken from me after all of the house buying stuff because we have a bunch of upfront payments. So I don't know what I'm starting with. I'm probably gonna start with like 1,000. Save up an additional 4,000 in a year. It's gonna be rough, specifically with how much I'm paying for mortgage and for my loans. We're gonna see. Moving on, we have getting healthy and in shape. I have 4 goals for this and I kind of feel like they're a little bit weird. So first I have maintain a gym schedule. Once again, this time 3 to 5 times a week. Moving on, I want to get my VO2 max to above average. The health app on my watch and my phone says my VO2 is below average, which is basically like your heart health. I was attempting to run for better heart health, but never really fully got like fixed. I don't know necessarily what is gonna make it better, but I'm just gonna try my best. Hopefully eating better, not really drinking caffeine, running, gymming, you know, all of that stuff helps me out in the long run. We'll see though. I also wanna run a half marathon next year. I did have the goal to run a marathon last year, meaning 2023. It fell through for multiple different reasons, but I did get all the way to 18 miles. So technically I have ran a half marathon before, but I would like to run a race. Lastly, I do wanna start implementing things like Pilates and yoga, and also I think it's called calisthenics. I want to start implementing stuff like that because I feel like it's more what I like to do. I still like lifting, I still like running, I still like working out in some unconventional ways too, like dancing. I honestly just want like a full range of different exercises I can do. I don't want to be limited to just lifting or running, and I don't want to always have to focus on those things. I want to be able to pick whatever I want to do for the day. Next, I'm going to go into my content creation category, which is very, very extreme this year. So it's basically sectioned off into every different social media. So first we have TikTok. I took this down today from 25K to 10K. And I still think 10K might be a stretch. It depends if I figure out what I want to do with it or not. If I don't, then I'm not gonna hit 10K. And basically I have these little sub goals in each of the categories that are supposed to help me get to the big goal. So post like 1 to 3 TikToks every single day. I do not intend on this starting January 1st. I don't know when I'm gonna start doing it, but specifically I really want to niche down to a healthier, like aesthetic lifestyle category. Kind of more similar to what I do here on YouTube and what I kind of do on Instagram. And the other thing I want to do is go live every other week, just like one day every once in a while where I'm like doing my makeup, have a like get ready with me, just like little catch up things. I think that'll be sweet. Also on Instagram, I have the ambitious goal once again to hit 10K on there as well. I want to update my stories every single day. That's like a non-negotiable. I want to post a reel 2 to 3 times every week. I also want to post a picture every 1 to 2 weeks. And that hopefully increases. I think that's just a good starting point. And lastly, we have YouTube, and I just kind of bulk this into one section. Ideally, I think I can hit 1K on both YouTube accounts, and I think honestly this is the most realistic out of all of my social media goals in terms of follower counts at least. I want to post 1 lifestyle video a week, so I've been doing pretty good at weekly uploads now on this channel, and I think I can keep it up. And then I want to post 2 to 4 gaming videos per week, which I also think is relatively easy based on how I did in 2023. And then I want to do a live stream every 1 to 2 weeks, which I've also been upkeeping on my gaming channel. I think I got it. Mainly what I'm trying to accomplish but all of that is getting monetized on either both my channels or just one of them. I just want monetization somewhere. I think I got it. I'm pretty confident in myself this year. And lastly, I want to upload 5 free templates and 3 paid templates. I have been working on making templates for Notion, for Google Sheets, for Excel, whatever it may be, and I want to sell them somewhere. I do think I want to start with free because I want to build up that rep first. I haven't figured out enough to know how this is all going to go down. Originally, I intended to get some of the stuff up on December 31st. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that now, so I don't know when I'm gonna start uploading it. I also don't know where I'm gonna upload them, but when those are released, I'm gonna make like videos on each of them individually, I think. Like I'll do a budget video alongside a budget template, and it'll be a really big one, so I'll announce it officially eventually. But yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. Next, I have my other category, which is kind of A bunch of those small habits that I was talking about in 2023, they're kind of random, but all very valid. They're just like those last little things I feel like I need to conquer. So first, start implementing consistent cleaning habits. This is one of those areas where I'm kind of consistently inconsistent with. I have weeks where I'm really good. I like do the dishes every single day. I take the trash out all the time. I make the bed every single morning. And then stuff starts getting busy and I don't do the dishes for 3 days. I stop making the bed. Lately, I have been really good about it, and I've been doing all of my chores every day while still being able to keep up with everything else. And I think I got it easy. Next goal is probably gonna be a hard one. It is buy 10 to 25 quality pieces of clothing. So I've been very adamant on getting my wardrobe established, and I've been in the trenches because I probably only buy like 5 pieces of clothing a year. Especially moving to Wyoming, I really haven't gotten good winter wear yet. I have like 1 jacket, and I mean, I have all this. Like, do you know how cold this is in 20-degree weather? I have to figure that out. My next one is start learning about hair care. I'm having hair issues. That's as much as I'm gonna go into depth into it. So I wanna educate myself and make it better. The next one is stay consistent with skincare. Now for skincare, I feel like I got my products down. I just have to use it consistently. The next one is read 3 to 10 books for the year. I'm giving myself a very wide range apparently, and that's just because some of my books are long and sometimes I'm just not feeling reading. I feel like 3 is enough. So yeah, if I get 10, cool. If I get more than 10, awesome. But honestly, bare minimum is 3. The next one is track all of my necessities. Essentially, that just means like period, workouts, steps, you know, like all of my little trackers. I just want to make sure they're all up to date all the time. And then lastly, we have moved into our new home. So it's probably non-negotiable, but we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully we'll be in before the new year. All right, so that's all for this year's New Year's resolutions video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please tell me what your New Year's resolutions are. Please tell me if you think I'm being a little bit delusional. I need someone to bring me back to reality. No, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you're feeling generous, you can even subscribe. I do hope to see you guys all in the next video, but if not, bye-bye.